So hello, this is the portion of the first ever virtual Ceilidgh where we're going to be sharing the Canadian Military Wives Choir in Ottawa. And we are thrilled today to have Ramona Moore and Lise Horth-Susan, who are two military spouses who are part of the Canadian Military Wives Choir in Ottawa. And they're going to be introducing the song and the inspiration and the journey that they've been through. So over to you, Ramona.
Thank you, Margaret. I'm happy to be here today. So just a little bit about the Canadian Military Wives Choir. The choir began in Ottawa in September of 2013, and it was the first choir in Canada of its kind. And it's quickly become large and well-respected within the Ottawa region. And so we started in Ottawa, and from day one, we've always had that dream that we would expand the choir and form choirs all across Canada, and we're actually seeing that come to fruition at the moment, so over the last 3 years, so which is fantastic. As of September of this year, we have 8 choirs in existence all over Canada at different military bases, and we also have more choirs in the works, so we're expanding all the time. So the choir has proven to be a very effective vehicle for integration for ladies into bases all across Canada and for improving morale in the bases as well. Additionally, you know, we're serving the purpose of giving military spouses and military wives a voice, and a lot of times we're often invisible and kind of play our part behind the scenes. So it's great that we're actually building supportive communities across Canada. So in the past 3 years, we've actually here in Ottawa had a great, very impressive range of performances. So we're becoming very popular, very well known, and well respected. We've sung for the Prime Minister, the Governor General, and the British High Commissioner as well. We've actually sung the national anthem on the ice at the Senators game last year, and we've done a performance at the International Military Tattoo in Hamilton. We've got, coming up this coming year, we've got another tattoo that we're doing in Montreal. So we're always performing in different larger venues and also locally as well at our local legions and senior centers as well. So the song that we've chosen today is called Together We Are Stronger. And the song was actually written for the Military Wives Choir in the UK. And they've allowed us over the years to take that and perform it ourselves. So now it's part of our choir repertoire. And as our choirs grow across Canada, it's also one of the main songs that, or the first songs that the choirs learn. So we're all singing some of the same songs, and then we actually sing different songs as well. So the goal being that at some point, when we come together, perhaps as feeding the different choirs into one performance, so we have a huge, large choir, we already know that we're already singing some of the same songs. So as I said, it was originally written in the UK, and at the point when it was released in 2012 in September, there are already 24 choirs in the UK across the country. And what they did was they traveled all over the country through a summer, and they recorded the song through the different choirs, and then they came back to the recording studio and they put that together as one recording. And in September 2012, they actually recorded a video of the song with 700 ladies present. So they broke the world record that day for the number of people in a live recording. So when Sue Palmer, who is the founder of our Ottawa choir, came across from the UK, she got permission for us to sing that song, and so that's why it's one of our main songs today.
Thank you. Oh my goodness, this is so exciting.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what we'd like to do now is I'd like to hear your journeys as military wives in this choir. And I'd like to introduce you first to Lise Horth-Susan, whose picture is right here. Technology, what it is, sometimes the cameras work, sometimes they don't. So we have a picture of Lise. And I'd like to pass it over to you, Lise, to share your journey.
Thank you very much, Margaret. My journey, first of all, as a military spouse has started over 34 years ago now. And we've traveled from bases to bases. In the early beginning, we lived on bases and had the opportunity to build our community and be really close to a lot of people in the same situation. But as we moved around, what I found is that it was, both with work and children, a lot more difficult to connect with the other military wives. So when we were in Germany, I was actually part of an international women's group, and a question came up asking about a choir. Of course, it was from somebody from the UK, and we were not able to set one up, but it was going through my mind that it would really be nice to be able to be part of a choir, especially with a military spouse. So when we moved to Ottawa, believe it or not, it was actually going at the Yellow Ribbon Gala, and at that time, small choir were singing. So I met Sue at that time and asked her, you know, when did they get started, and was it open? And so I joined in February of 2014, and for me, it was really fantastic, both because I like singing, but the most important part is, especially when you're in Ottawa, we are scattered all over the place. So even the opportunity to meet with other wives that are part of the military family is extremely challenging because we're spread over a big geographic area. So this gave sort of a network instant. We as soon as you go there, you already feel part of the group. There's such a diversity. We've got young people that are seasoned, that have been there for quite a while. We cross paths with people who've had the same experience. And also trying to, I know it sounds mundane, but even the simple thing to try to integrate a community where people are always full of information. So you have a question, you don't feel that great, your husband gets deployed, you always have somebody that actually, even if you don't say a lot, you know that there's a shared understanding. So it also gave me the opportunity to actually visit a lot of sites in Ottawa itself and outside that I wouldn't have otherwise probably done. And so visits to, you know, the Parliament and the Bell Tower, and trips to Hamilton. So that was all great. I think from my own experience, it was nice to have a soft shoulder from time to time. It was also helping to raise the profile of our military community. As Ramona was saying, often I don't know how people really know and understand, even in our own family, what it's like to be a military spouse and family with our children. So having that group and being able to share that with the public is great. I think it improved understanding. For me, it was important originally to really give back. There's a lot of things that affected us with the military, and having the opportunity to give back, whether it's on Remembrance Day or other occasions where we can actually come together. And that was very important, and we've had the opportunity to do that multiple times to our own community. And because I'm a little bit more seasoned, I think that when I come with the group, I'd like to be able to share. So there are some people that are going to go through experiences that I've already been through, and I'd like to be able to share that to maybe help them and smooth those bumps a little bit. and we get a chance to do quite a bit of that.
So the opportunity to share and to feel connected with that military family is what's so important about the Canadian Military Wives Choir to you?
Yes, I would say that really now that we're more and more spread, the opportunity to come at even once a week and virtually now because we have Facebook and other methods is really what first attracted me to it and is probably going to keep me in it.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Ceilidgh. This is a great sharing. And I'd like to hear now from Ramona.
Thanks, Margaret. So a little bit different than Ceilidgh. I'm a relatively newish military spouse. My husband has been a serving member for 28 years in the Special Forces, and we've been married for 5 years. So together for, you know, almost 10, but married for 5. So I didn't grow up involved in the military community at all as a child or a teen or a young adult. And I really had no sense of what that was all about. So for me, coming into the military community was a little bit of an unknown at this kind of stage in my life. So I didn't have those experiences. So a lot of times I was feeling a little bit not really knowing where I belonged for that reason. I didn't really understand what a lot of the ladies had witnessed or experienced as they grew their families being part of the military. But so I was coming into it fairly late. So I've been in the choir now since 2013, September, and I have a background in music. And I had moved to Ottawa 5-6 years ago, and I was looking to get back into doing something that was musical. I wasn't really sure what, but about a month before I became aware of the choir, I'd started looking for choirs throughout Ottawa, and every choir I looked at, wasn't quite what I was looking for, but I was just trying to find somewhere that I could go sing. And then I saw, so in September we do a new members night. We do 2. We do one in September, one in January, where we kind of officially accept new members as a group. And then throughout the year, we have a couple of other, kind of people that join individually. But I had saw a poster online on Facebook for a new members night for the Military Wives Choir. And I thought, oh, wow, and it was in my end of town. And I thought, okay, this is great. I'm going to go check it out. So I was a little bit apprehensive. And I have to say, I walked in the door and I was hooked. I just instantly felt like I was home, and everyone just understood. Like Lee said, it just didn't matter where you were coming from, what stage you were at in your life, if you were experienced, if you were new to the community. Just everybody was so accepting. And within minutes, Allison Houston, our director, had us all singing together, even though, a lot of us had just met each other 5 minutes previous. She just has this knack of pulling everybody together and getting them to sing, whether there's experience there or no experience. And, a lot of choirs do auditions, or you have to be a certain caliber. We don't have that with our choir. So if you're interested in singing and you're interested in being part of a community, we're accepting as to whatever level you're at, and we work from there. And I think that's what makes us very successful. So I joined. I just jumped right in. And it's not just about the singing. Like Ceilidgh was saying, every week we kind of, for an hour and a half, we come together, we sing, we laugh, we chat with each other, we provide support to each other. A lot of times if somebody's facing a particular challenge, they don't even have to say the word. You just kind of have that feeling, and it's just a smile or a hug, or, I'm glad you're here. There's people that have had, deaths in the family, and they still come to choir. And it's okay if you're upset, if you're happy. It's all about sharing what's going on and having that support network around you from somebody that gets it. So there's that part of it, and I think that makes us very unique as a choir, and because of that, it makes us very strong. And the sense of pride and sisterhood and that feeling, it's very difficult to explain what that feels like, but we come together and we sing, and we're very strong. We're very united as a group. So the other thing that we've started doing that, you know, we're growing across Canada, as we had mentioned, and part of the other thing we're doing as a support network for each other is we've set up online groups for people that are posted out. So if they're posted out, you know, they may go to another place, hopefully where there is a choir, and they have a place to go to as soon as they land. You know, that's familiar, a familiar environment. Or if they're not posted somewhere where there's a choir and they're not able to be part of a choir, they're still connected with us. So we still have those communications and chats back and forth with just the community of choir ladies that are either ex-choir ladies or in different choirs across Canada. So it's just that feeling of community that just extends outwards beyond our, you know, weekly practices and our performances. So it really is an amazing movement, very unique group to be part of.
Wow, thank you so much. Before we listen to the song, I have a question for you, Ramona, and one for you as well, Lise. If you're looking at the words, which line to you stands out as the most important? Which one reaches you?
So for me, I have a very hard time actually singing this song without getting quite emotional. For me, it's the line, "Together we are stronger, we can overcome."
And that was very obvious when you were sharing about how, you know, no matter what is going on, people are coming and they're accepted, and right away you were accepted. Lee, same question for you. Which part of this song touches you in the most strong way?
I would say definitely that line really touched me. But I think the first line, "There are times I need somewhere that I belong." I think that we all at some point hit that, especially when we're in the process of moving. So that, yeah.
Wonderful. Okay, so right now what we're going to do is we're going to share the Canadian Military Wives Choir, Ottawa, who are going to sing "Together We Are Stronger." And I'd like to ask you to please mute your microphone so we can hear the entire song. There's no background noise. Ramona, if you could do that. And we'll just play the song. So enjoy, and we'll be back in a moment with Ramona and Lise. I have goosebumps from that song. So beautiful. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for sharing. And Ramona and Lise, I really appreciate that you came out today. It is wonderful to meet other military family, and I look forward to when I'm in a place where there is a choir that we will, I will certainly join, even if I have to lip sync. I've heard you can do that. There are times when I need somewhere that I belong, and together we are stronger, we can overcome. What a lovely thought. Thank you so much for sharing all about the Canadian Military Wives Choir in Ottawa.
Thank you. Thank you, Margaret.
You're welcome.